Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I've really been contemplating if I should share this journey because it is not your regular content on my channel. Although I'm trying to change the perception of what my channel should be about, I'm trying to make it more about my experiences as an adult and living my life as a Nigerian here in Nigeria and sharing my experiences. The content I'm about to share today is a lot of TMI. If you are interested in my content, especially for the people that are going to be viewing this video after I have announced my news, I hope you enjoy my content and just enjoy what my channel is about from here on out. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my pregnancy journey. Let's just say it hasn't been a very smooth one. This has been my life for the past 3 months. Now today's date is Wednesday 25th November 2020, and today's my last day of my first trimester, so I am officially 13 weeks tomorrow, and I'm gonna share my journey by each trimester so I don't have to bore you guys with my content and you'll be like, oh my god, is it week by week? No, it's gonna be trimester by trimester. For those of you that don't know what trimester is, it is going to be every 3 months. I'm gonna share my journey from every 3 months. I found out I was pregnant in October, I think first week of October, and I missed 2 days of my period, peed on a stick, and I saw 2 lines. Now I'm gonna highlight and explain the symptoms I am dealing with or have dealt with in the past 12 weeks, because guys, I feel like as a woman, as a black woman, as a Nigerian woman, I don't feel like a lot of parents, this is my own experience, I don't feel like a lot of parents highlight on the journey of your pregnancy. Like for me, no one told me this was how it was going to be. I suffered. So I'm going to be drinking my water as I'm telling this story, so please, bear with me. By the way, I'm drinking lemon water, and I'm explaining why I'm drinking lemon water. I'm going to explain in a story form why this journey was it was horrible for me. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to tell you it's an amazing. See, I'm gonna get a child at the end of the day, so that's what keeps me going. I'm gonna get my child at the end of the day. But you see this journey, God. Okay, let's start first. The first thing that hit me was morning sickness. Sorry. This is also part of it. You always have to burp. Excuse me. Now, morning sickness. The scientific world should change the name from morning sickness to every single second sickness. I feel like morning sickness is not doing it justice. You're not going to be sick in the morning. No. You're going to wake up in the morning. You're going to be sick all throughout the day. In fact, I am so happy that I started my YouTube journey, because I was like, imagine me doing a 9 to 5 and dealing with all of this. I would be throwing up in the office every single day. So I was dealing with morning sickness. I was dealing with fatigue. Now let me explain the kind of fatigue I was dealing with. You know the kind of fever, body ache you feel when you are in the when you have a cold, or you have the flu, and you want to more or less pass that day where your joints are aching and you just feel completely useless, like you have to be in bed all day. That is the kind of fatigue I was feeling. I felt like I was dead on the bed. I couldn't. At some point, I think I probably thought I had corona, because it was a horrible experience. I was tired. I was exhausted. I find it terrifying. My room is on the ground floor in my house, but I find it terrifying climbing up the stairs. This is exactly how I feel every time. So I hate the stairs. In fact, whenever I'm going to see my guy, I always have to call him on the phone to come downstairs to help me walk upstairs, because that's how annoying it is climbing the stairs. You're always out of breath. You always want to sit down. You're always tired. Now that's the second thing. That's like morning sickness, fatigue, exhaustion, shortness of breath. There's dry lips, so your lips start to crack. I'm always trying to brush my lips, and let's just say it doesn't end. I think it's getting better now, but in the first couple of weeks, I would talk to you and you'd be just looking at my lips like, what's going on? Why I had lips like that? There's cracked lips. There's what you call this thing? Heartburn, I guess. Now let me explain how this heartburn works. Every night when I want to go to bed, every night, guys, there's no night where I miss this. I climb into bed, I always use a flat pillow because I sleep better when I'm flat, but I don't want to be too flat where I'm like only on the mattress, but I use like a flat pillow. And whenever I lie down on the pillow, I start to feel sick. Like I feel like all the food that's in my stomach goes up to my chest, and I feel like I'm choking in my chest. That's the first thing. Second thing, let me explain how there's constipation. Oh my god, how did I forget that? Now let me explain the constipation so you understand the heartburn. The constipation makes you feel like, you know, when you're hungry, like you're crazy hungry, like you haven't eaten all day, maybe like it's 5 p.m, you finally get home, your favorite dish is ready, and you're rushing the food. You're rushing that food, and you drink water, and you're stuffed, and you're like, ah, god, I've had a full meal. And that filled feeling lasts for about 10-15 minutes. For me, it lasted about 2 hours. Now, you know how you feel sick, like you really messed up when you took too much food, and you're just trying to sit down in one position so that everything just digests and goes down. You're gonna feel that way for 2 hours. So every time I have to eat, I always make sure I eat at least an hour or 2 hours. Sorry, again, the whole burping thing is pregnancy. I always make sure I have to eat about an hour or 2 hours before I have to go to bed. Now, every time this episode happens, I'm always like, God, like, it's horrible when I'm alone. It's always a thing at night where I can't sleep, and I'm crying, and I feel like I'm choking, and the only way to calm myself or to get this clogged feeling in your chest is to throw up. That's the only relief you get. So every time I mess up and I eat late and I'm tired and I want to go to bed and this thing happens again, I make sure that I throw up and I empty my system before I feel good. Do you know what it means to be so freaking hungry to the point that you are like, you need something to eat? This is how I dealt with this whole thing. I would be crazy hungry, I would be crying, and then when I drink too much, I drink water till I'm full, till I'm done. And I had to learn that during pregnancy. I can't drink water till I'm full, but I drink water till I'm full. Just brushing my tongue alone, when I'm done, I'll throw up all the food and everything I've eaten. So I had to learn that the hard way. I digress. The constipation is there. You can't take a shit. Sorry, excuse my grammar. You can't take a shit. You can't. There's some times where you feel like you can't even throw up. Like the idea of throwing up disgusts you, but you know that you won't get any relief. I think I started having an eating disorder, but I was also told that no matter how much I throw up, a little bit of food would get into my baby's mouth or through the umbilical cord to feed my baby. I'm gonna explain how I eat. I'm also gonna give a disclaimer and say if you're pregnant, you need to have a very reliable person around you. In my house, it was my nanny slash house girl. I won't say she's quite incompetent, but I'm pregnant and having to remind you every single day to give me lemon water. I drink lemon water because I have to get used to drinking water, and lemon water is the only thing that tastes right. I can't drink ordinary water. My taste, we'll get into that, but my taste always messes up. You need to have someone reliable, and having to remind my nanny every single morning on what to prepare for me and what to give me and how to be accommodating is very exhausting, especially when I don't have the energy to even walk to my door. So most times I always have to like call her on the phone, and there are times that she'll pick up, there are times when she won't pick up. All these things just irritate you. You're always in a mood, you're always irritated, you're always tired. There are too many times where I flipped out on her, I flipped out on my siblings, I flipped out on my mom. The only person I haven't flipped out on, I think, is my dad, and that's because he's not around, but I think I would have if he was around. So other than that, whenever I have to eat food, I tell her to put it in a takeaway pack, and I have to put it by my bedside. So I would eat like 2 or 3 spoons, and I would close it and I would put it back on my bedside table, because I can't eat. You have to eat in little bits. So they'll tell you to eat 5 or 6 spoons and then close it and leave it for a while, and then pick it up and eat it, and that's how you're able to finish your food. So you don't eat an entire meal all at once. If you do that, you throw up. I learned this one the hard way. So there are just certain things that my body cannot do anymore, which is accommodate, you know, a full meal. Another thing my body doesn't like, or what the baby doesn't like, I think, is bread. I noticed that every time I eat bread, I would throw up. Like, it was non-negotiable. It is like this child does not like bread at all, and I love bread. Like, at some point your how do I explain this? Your cravings change every week. In the beginning of my pregnancy, I liked orange, I liked Fanta, I liked Nutri-C, the vitamin, the dissolvable powdered drink. I like that. I used to buy the big bottles of Fanta. I like Coke. Right now, I can't stand them because, first of all, they make me bloated. I feel horrible when I drink them. The only reason why I was even buying them was because when you're also pregnant, you have a metallic taste in your mouth. So you have a lot of saliva. So if you see me talking and I have to take it back, you have a lot of saliva, you have a lot of mucus, you have a lot of things going on in your mouth that you cannot even stand. So you have to deal with all of that. And the best way was just keep drinking things and just, which wasn't good for me because you can't drink Fanta and expect your baby to have good nutrients. I mean, my baby's fine right now. I had a scan last week and she was, well, I think it's a she. I keep saying she's a she, but she was perfect. I don't know the sex yet. That's basically it. You have to deal with all of this. What I will tell a lot of young black women getting ready to have a kid, prepare your mind. It's a beautiful journey. At the end of the day, you need to look at the prize. I'm gonna receive a beautiful baby girl by God's grace, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Every time I feel sick, every time I feel horrible, I know that my baby's doing well and she's growing and she's going to do amazing. Yeah, amazing. Another reason why I'm sure people will ask, how do you know it's a girl? I haven't done the scan to check if it's a girl, but most people will say mother knows. And honestly, with the amount of sickness, I think there's a name for it, hypermesis gravidium or something like that, where you're constantly sick. And this only happens when you're pregnant with girls. But well, not only happens, but it usually happens. Well, from when midwives' tales and stuff, I read, I read and I watch too many YouTube videos. I digress. Again, these are the things I've dealt with. They're fruits you're not supposed to take. Learned this one the hard way. My grandma and my aunt my aunt has like 4 kids. She was more or less guiding me through the process. My grandma was like, stay away from pineapples, stay away from things that will hurt you, like they don't want me harming the baby. And I didn't know that you're not supposed to eat pawpaw, even though my doctor says you can. But then I ate it and it messed me up. So I don't know, to each his own, and that's the honest truth. What I would tell you is that me, I ate the pawpaw and let's just say I felt like I was in labor. So I wouldn't advise you. I think honestly, if you can avoid it, do so. It's not a necessity for you to eat it. Avoid pineapple, avoid pawpaws, as what I'm doing right now. I'm also hearing strawberries are not good. Avoid that too. I'm hearing you should avoid raw food like raw eggs, sushi and stuff like that. Not that I like sushi, but just avoid it. With my pronatal pills, I have a pill called I don't know where it is right now. That's just because I don't take it anymore. It makes me so sick. Oh my god. Imagine I'm already feeling sick and I haven't taken the meds, and I take this prenatal more or less. It's called pronatal, but a prenatal, and I take it and it makes me 10 times worse than how I actually feel. So like today I was horrible. In fact, what my guy was saying was that, oh baby, maybe because today's your last day, your body's like, we're gonna go all out, we'll finish this to the end. To know that when you're entering, I'm entering my 4th month tomorrow, the prenatal makes it worse for me. So I also heard that you can speak to your doctor to change your meds. I'm supposed to do that this week because I've just stopped taking this one. I can't, when I open the jar, the smell makes me puke, so I can't even do it anymore. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna look for foods that have folic acid and omega-3. I'm gonna be eating those until I can change my meds. The baby will be fine. Oh, I forgot to highlight and say that I was also admitted in the hospital because I was puking so much. They thought I had like malaria or something. Like I said, the hypermesis gravidium thing was going on and it was horrible. So I had to be admitted in the hospital. You need to have an amazing support system because your first trimester will probably be horrible. A lot of women don't talk about it. And even my mom, this is not bashing my mother, yeah, but she didn't tell me this thing, no. And eventually I'm, confiding in her. She's like, oh, I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks when I had you. Woman, why didn't you tell me? So I know what to expect. It's clearly hereditary, but no, she didn't tell me. And yeah, that's basically it. I want to just make sure that I film this to share with everyone what to expect in your first trimester, because boy, it's a beautiful journey, but it's also an overwhelming journey. I pray that whoever is embarking on this, whichever woman is embarking on this journey, I pray that you have an amazing support system, because that's the only thing that's gotten me through. I just keep counting. I don't count the days anymore. I just know that every Thursday I'm in a new week. So now I'm entering 13 weeks tomorrow. So I know every day I'm in a new week. Based on my doctor's appointment, baby is fine. She is doing amazing. Like I said, it's a she for me because I'm the mother. I will know. My fiance thinks it's a boy. We're here struggling, but we'll see who will win this battle. When he eventually watches this, we'll know who won. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this was very helpful to the new mom. I hope you start to enjoy the content that I put on here. I know it's a bit different from what I usually provide from my entrepreneurship things, but that's not also going to change. But I hope you just enjoy my journey. Well, we have 6 more months of this, so it's going to be an amazing journey. I'm going to share more on my first time as a mom, shopping, giving, I'm sure I'm going to do a giving birth video. We don't know about that yet. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe and keep watching. Bye guys.